Welcome and thank you for joining us. Today, we gather to honor six extraordinary American legends whose lives have left an indelible mark on the worlds of art and culture. These people didn't just create, they inspired, blazed new trails, and gave us moments that will stay in our hearts for a lifetime. Steve Alaimo, the seminal singer, producer, and television personality whose name became synonymous with the American music scene of the 1960s and 1970s, died on December 4, 2024, at the age of 84. His contributions to popular music and television made him one of the key figures of that era. Born December 6, 1939, in Omaha, Nebraska, Stephen Charles Alaimo showed an interest in music from an early age. When his family moved to Rochester, New York, young Steve began playing guitar. Later, while attending the University of Miami, he joined the band the Redcoats where he became a guitarist and vocalist. Their single, "I Want You to Love Me," attracted attention, but his real popularity came with the start of his solo career. Steve had several hits in the early 1960s, but his most successful single was "Every Day I Have to Cry," which is still considered a classic of pop music of the time. His soft baritone and sincere performance made him a favorite of the public. He became a regular guest on music shows, and his songs were played on radio stations across the country. In 1965, Alaimo expanded his horizons by becoming the host and co-producer of the music television program Asterisk, where the action is asterisk, created by Dick Clark. The show, which focused on new musical trends, became an important platform for young performers and cemented Steve's reputation as a key player in the music industry. His friendly charisma and deep understanding of music made him not only a popular host, but also a mentor to many young artists. After his stint on the show, Alaimo turned his attention to producing. In 1972, he and Henry Stone founded TK Records, which became one of the most influential independent record labels of its time. They produced hits such as George McRae's "Rock Your Baby," considered the first disco hit in history. Alaimo's vision and bold experimentation helped turn TK Records into a music empire. Steve also tried his hand at acting, appearing in Wild Rebels, 1967, and Stanley, 1972. Although his acting career was less prominent than his music career, it added variety to his creative biography. Steve Alaimo was not only a talented musician, but also an outstanding producer who helped many artists find their way. His influence on American music remains enormous. Alaimo's death was a loss to the music community, but his songs and production achievements continue to inspire a new generation of artists. Carl Wethersby, one of the most talented blues guitarists and vocalists of his generation, passed away on December 4, 2024, at the age of 71. His name will always be associated with the Chicago blues, to which he dedicated his life, leaving a bright mark on the history of music. Born February 24, 1953, in Jackson, Mississippi, Carl was surrounded by the musical atmosphere of his native region from a young age. When his family moved to East Chicago, Indiana, young Carl began learning the guitar, inspired by blues legends like Albert King and Buddy Guy. His love of music became a guiding light in his life, even when he went to serve in the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War. After returning from the Army, Carl decided to devote himself to music. In 1979, he joined Albert King's band, becoming his rhythm guitarist. This collaboration lasted until 1981 and became an important stage in Wethersby's professional development. Working with King, he absorbed the spirit of Chicago blues and learned to convey emotions through music, which became his calling card. In 1981, Carl became part of the group Billy Branch's Sons of Blues, where he played a leading role for 15 years. This work allowed him to reach an international level, performing at major festivals and recording with famous musicians. However, in 1996, he began a solo career, releasing his debut album, Don't Lay Your Blues on Me*. The album was nominated for a WC Handy Award for Best New Blues Artist and received rave reviews from critics. Wethersby collaborated with icons such as Hubert Sumlin, Carrie Bell, and Little Milton, expanding his repertoire and revealing new facets of his talent. His unique style combined powerful vocals, virtuoso guitar skills, and the ability to convey deep emotions, which made him a favorite of blues fans around the world. Carl's death was a loss to the music community. The cause was complications from kidney failure, which he had been battling in recent years. Despite his health problems, he continued to perform and record music, inspiring young musicians and remaining true to his art. His work lives on in the hearts of those who appreciate true blues. Carl Wethersby left behind a rich legacy that will inspire and delight music lovers for many years to come. Bernard "Bernie" Marcus, co-founder of the world-famous Home Depot chain and a prominent philanthropist, passed away on December 4, 2024, at the age of 95. His life is a story of inspiration, perseverance, and generosity that left a deep mark on business and philanthropy. Born May 12, 1929, in Newark, New Jersey, to Russian Jewish immigrants, Bernie grew up with modest means, but his parents instilled in him the values of hard work and the pursuit of knowledge. Marcus initially dreamed of becoming a doctor and enrolled in pharmacy school, but his passion for retail changed his plans. After working for various retail companies, fate led Bernie to Handy Dan, where he took a management position. However, after leaving in 1978, he, along with Arthur Blank and Ken Langone, founded the Home Depot, a revolutionary home improvement store concept. The first store opened in Atlanta in 1979. It wasn't just a place to shop. It was an embodiment of self-service and affordable merchandise for everyone. Under Marcus's leadership, the Home Depot quickly became the largest chain in its segment, offering not only products but also advice for amateurs and professionals. His approach to doing business was simple: do everything for the convenience of the customer. It was this principle that helped the company win the trust of millions. After retiring in 2002, Bernie Marcus devoted himself to philanthropy. He founded the Marcus Foundation, through which he has donated more than $2 billion to various causes. Among his significant contributions was funding the Georgia Aquarium, the largest in the world when it opened in 2005. It was a gift to Atlanta, the city that had become his home. Marcus was also a vocal supporter of medical research, educational programs, and Jewish causes. His generosity ranged from autism treatment to veterans. He was also outspoken about his political views, making large donations to Republican campaigns and speaking out on economic issues. Bernie Marcus is survived by his wife, Billy, children and grandchildren who continue his legacy. His legacy lives on not only in the success of the Home Depot, but also in his many philanthropic endeavors that improve lives around the world. His name has become a symbol of perseverance, innovation, and kindness, inspiring generations of entrepreneurs and philanthropists. Bob Love, the team's legendary forward. The Chicago Bulls and three-time NBA All-Star, passed away on December 4, 2024, at the age of 81 after a long battle with cancer. His life story is an inspiration to millions, from his athletic achievements to overcoming personal challenges. Born December 8, 1942, in Bastrop, Louisiana, Love grew up poor and showed a love for basketball from an early age. After high school, he attended Southern Illinois University, where he became a star on the college team. His hard work and talent led him to the NBA, where he was drafted by the Cincinnati Royals in 1965. Despite his humble beginnings, Love's real recognition came after joining the Chicago Bulls in 1968. He spent 9 seasons with the team, becoming one of the team's most productive players. His career averages for the Bulls were 21.3 points and 6.8 rebounds per game. Love was a 3-time NBA All-Star and a 3-time All-Defensive Team selection, demonstrating his versatility as an offensive and defensive player. In 1994, the Chicago Bulls honored Bob Love by retiring his number 10 and raising it to the rafters of the United Center, recognizing his role in the team's history and his influence on the game of basketball. However, after his playing career ended, Love faced serious challenges. Due to speech problems that arose as a child, he was unable to find a job. This led him to difficult life circumstances, but he did not give up. After years of therapy and hard work, he was able to overcome these problems, which allowed him to return to the Chicago Bulls as the Director of Public Relations. He served in this role for more than 20 years, inspiring people with his story of resilience and determination. Bob Love's death is a loss to the basketball community and all who knew him personally or were inspired by his achievements. Colleagues, fans, and sports organizations have expressed their condolences to his family and remembered him as a man who never gave up in the face of adversity. Love's legacy lives on in the hearts of his fans and in the history of the Chicago Bulls. His name will remain a symbol not only of athletic excellence, but also of human resilience that inspires generations. Christine Boisson, an outstanding French actress, whose career spanned more than 5 decades, died on December 8, 2024, at the age of 68 in Paris from a lung disease. Her life was filled with memorable roles, professional successes, and personal challenges that made her one of the most celebrated actresses of her generation. Born on April 8, 1956 in Salon de Provence, France, Christine showed an interest in the arts from a young age. Her beauty and charisma led her to modeling, where she began her career at the age of 17. However, she soon decided to try her hand at acting and made her film debut in 1974, playing Marie-Ange in the cult film Emmanuel*. Despite the controversial nature of this project, it brought her wide fame. After her debut, Kristen continued to develop as an actress. She enrolled in acting school, where she honed her skills, and in 1977, she made her first appearance on stage in Anton Chekhov's The Seagull. Her theatrical debut was warmly received by critics and laid the foundation for a successful career in the theater. Boisson's film career developed equally rapidly. In 1984, she won the Romy Schneider Award for her role in Rue Barbert, which demonstrated her ability to portray complex and multifaceted characters. Over the course of her career, she appeared in over 80 films, including La Balance, 1982, L'amour braque, 1985, and Les Enfants du Désordre, 1989, for which she received critical acclaim. Christine was not only a successful actress, but also a person with a difficult fate. She has repeatedly shared in interviews memories of her difficult childhood, where her mother was cruel. These trials only strengthened her character and made her stronger. In 2010, her name appeared in the headlines again due to a report of a suicide attempt. She later explained that it was an impulsive act caused by a strong quarrel with her partner. This event attracted attention to her personal life, but she continued to work and inspire. Boisson has also made significant contributions to the theater arts. Her performance in Viol in 2005, based on William Shakespeare's Titus Andronicus, was one of the most memorable of her career. She has often experimented with genres and always strived for professional excellence. Christine Boisson leaves behind a daughter who continues her legacy. Her contributions to art and her vibrant personality have left an indelible mark on the hearts of audiences and colleagues. Her work will live on in the memories of those who appreciated her talent and courage. Cleo Sylvester, legendary British actress, singer, and entertainment pioneer who died on the 4th of December 2024, aged 79. Her life was a symbol of the struggle for recognition, creative excellence, and uncompromising desire for change. Sylvester was a true pioneer in British culture, paving the way for many who followed her. Born on the 19th of April 1945 in Hitchin, Hertfordshire, into a family with a rich heritage, Cleo grew up in post-war Britain, where her talent quickly became apparent. Her musical talent became apparent in her youth when she became a singer. In 1964, under the pseudonym Cleo, she recorded the song "To Know Him Is to Love Him" with the Rolling Stones. This moment not only marked the beginning of her creative journey, but also a unique page in the history of British music. She became the first woman to record with the iconic rock band. However, her true passion was acting. In 1967, she made her stage debut in Wise Child, opposite Sir Alec Guinness. This role was a real breakthrough for her. In 1969, Cleo made history as the first black actress to play the lead role at the National Theatre in London, playing in the satirical play The National Health. This success not only opened the doors for her future career, but also became an important cultural moment for British society. Her career in television was equally revolutionary. In 1970, she became the first black actress to have a regular role in a British soap opera, playing Meg Richardson's daughter in Crossroads. It was a bold move for the time, and her appearance on screen symbolized a new era for the British entertainment industry. In the decades that followed, she went on to star in Doctor Who, Coronation Street, Grange Hill, and All Creatures Great and Small. Her extensive television career cemented her reputation as one of the most talented actresses of her generation. Sylvester also made a huge contribution to the theater arts, founding her own theater, the Rosemary Branch Theater. This theater became not only a platform for her own work, but also a place where new talent could develop and learn. She shone in productions of As You Like It, Hamlet, and Under Milk Wood. Her passion for the stage remained constant throughout her life. Cleo's personal life was also eventful. She was married to Ian Palmer, with whom she raised 3 children. Despite personal tragedies, including the death of her husband, she continued to work, demonstrating resilience and dedication to her work. Her family, including children Zoe, Lucy, and Rupert, always supported her, and she, in turn, inspired them with her example. Cleo Sylvester has received numerous awards during her distinguished career, including an MBE in 2023 for services to drama and charity. Her life was dedicated to the arts and creating space for new voices and ideas in British culture. Cleo Sylvester's death is a huge loss to the theater and television community. Her legacy continues to inspire artists, and her roles and achievements will remain a shining example of British cultural history. Cleo was more than just an actress. She was a force for change, an embodiment of talent, and an unwavering belief in the power of art. Fabio Sartor, an outstanding Italian actor, whose work in theater, cinema, and television made him one of the key figures of Italian art, died on the 2nd of December 2024 in Rome at the age of 70. His life and work left a deep mark on the history of Italian culture. Born on October 12, 1954 in Castelfranco Veneto, a small but historically significant region of Italy, Sartori was passionate about art from his youth, but initially chose architecture, enrolling at the IUAV University of Venice. During his studies, he discovered the world of theater, attending acting classes at the Teatro alla Vogaria. This decision determined the rest of his life. Sartor's theatrical career was rich and varied. He collaborated with such outstanding directors as Giorgio Strehler, Peter Stein, and Luca Ronconi. His work on the stage was distinguished by a deep understanding of dramatic art, which allowed him to brilliantly embody complex and multifaceted characters. Each of his performances became an event, whether it was a classical play or a modern production. Cinema has provided Fabio with new opportunities to showcase his talent. Among his most famous works is his role as a Roman senator in Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ, 2004. The role brought him international recognition and cemented his reputation as an actor who can convey deep emotions on screen. Sartor has also collaborated with directors such as Peter Greenaway and Ruggero Deodato, adding a variety of styles and genres to his repertoire. His work on television is also noteworthy. Sartor starred in popular Italian series, where he attracted viewers with his charisma and skill. Despite his success in cinema, he never left the theater, considering it the basis of his creative work. Fabio's death was a loss to the art world. The cause was a heart attack that occurred suddenly. Colleagues, friends, and fans expressed their condolences, remembering him not only as a talented actor, but also as a person with a kind heart and a deep sense of responsibility for his art. Fabio Sartor left behind a rich legacy of powerful roles that have inspired generations of actors. His contribution to Italian theater and cinema will be remembered and appreciated, and his works will remain in the hearts of audiences around the world. Leonardo DiCaprio, one of the most famous actors of our time, whose career spans over 3 decades, continues to inspire millions with his talent and dedication. He recently celebrated his 50th birthday in November 2024, which became an occasion to take stock of his remarkable journey in the film industry. Leonardo was born on November 11, 1974, in Los Angeles, California, to artist George DiCaprio and secretary Irmelin Indenberken. Leonardo showed an interest in art from childhood, and his first work in the entertainment industry began with television commercials and small roles in TV series. In 1991, he made his film debut in the horror film Critters 3, but his real breakthrough came 2 years later, when he played the role of mentally retarded teenager Arnie in the drama What's Eating Gilbert Grape, 1993. This work brought him his first Oscar nomination and made him a rising star. DiCaprio gained worldwide fame thanks to his role as Jack Dawson in the cult film Titanic, 1997, which became the highest-grossing film of its time. The film not only brought the actor the status of a world superstar, but also made him an object of worship for millions. However, Leonardo did not stop at romantic roles. He strove for more complex and dramatic projects. Working with director Martin Scorsese was a turning point in his career. Together, they created films such as Gangs of New York, 2002, The Aviator, 2004, The Departed, 2006, and The Wolf of Wall Street, 2013, all of which received critical acclaim and numerous awards. DiCaprio has been nominated for an Oscar multiple times, but he only won the coveted statuette in 2016 for his outstanding performance as Hugh Glass in The Revenant, 2015. In addition to his acting career, Leonardo is actively involved in environmental activities. In 1998, he founded the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation, which funds environmental projects. His contribution to the fight against climate change has been recognized internationally, and in 2014 he was appointed a UN Messenger of Peace. DiCaprio's personal life has always been in the spotlight. His romances with models including Gisele Bündchen, Bar Refaeli, and Camila Morrone have often been discussed in the press. In 2024, rumors emerged about his possible engagement to model Vittoria Ceretti, but there was no official confirmation. Leonardo now continues to actively act in films, participate in new projects, and support environmental initiatives. His life remains a shining example of how one can combine career success with contribution to the public good, while remaining true to one's principles and goals.